I'm Kerry Fink with Helping Seniors Updates. It's Monday and it's June the 8th, and we are in phase 2 reopening now of Brevard County, following up on all the COVID-19 restrictions. So things are starting to move back towards, I know it's the old cliche now, but the new normal. And today we have the privilege of having with us a good friend of the Helping Seniors organization. His name is August Velten, and you're going to want to stick around because there's some very good information that we're going to talk about this morning that could end up over your lifetime, meaning not only tens of thousands, but potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we're talking about your Social Security benefit and some classes, August, that you have coming up. Good morning, August. How are you?
Good morning. Glad to see you.
So how are things going as you guys are kind of coming through the back end of COVID-19? I know last month and you were having to do these sessions via conference calls, via Zoom meeting and things like that. But now you're actually in a position where these classes, which are free, I think basically essentially free, maybe you pay something for the materials, but the classes are in essence very good way to get up to speed on what to do with your Social Security benefits.
Well, that's correct. Yeah, things have changed for us. What has happened is, of course, we lost our venues where we were teaching,
right,
which was Florida Tech and at the Government Center, and they're not open again for us yet.
Right.
So we've basically become a virtual practice at this point, and we do have some people coming in. We have a fairly good-sized conference room where we can set up social distancing, etc. And what we're going through now is a process where we're coming back online and starting to teach classes here on Social Security. And I must say, it's not just Social Security. Really, what we touch base on is when we talk to people, whether one-on-one or during a class, if they have questions, it's also Social Security plus Medicare, and actually how to put all the pieces, all their assets together, and how they coordinate that with Social Security, Medicare, taxation, etc. So what we're in the process of doing now is we're going to start doing social distancing classes here in the facility, and they're going to be, of course, by design smaller,
right,
so that we fit only so many people into a certain area of the facility, mostly the conference room. But we feel we can fit maybe 10 comfortably with social distancing, and we'll teach the same classes that we were teaching at the venues. Normally on a weeknight, as an example, it would be a 2-hour session, and on a Saturday it would be a 2.5-hour session. Saturdays I always feel a little more comfortable, give us a little bit more time. But the reality is we needed to go virtual. It's the same material, but I think now more than ever, because of what's going on in the world, I think that it's important for people to really have a full understanding of their options with Social Security and how it fits together with their other assets. So we're excited about it. We are also offering through Facebook, by the way, a white paper on Social Security. So people can find us on Facebook under August H. Velten and find that white paper on Social Security. And then, of course, they can follow up by either doing a virtual meeting with us on Social Security, and then or coming one-on-one, or as a class, multi-student class.
Yeah, and we'll make sure that we put those links up on Helping Seniors Updates. Helping Seniors Updates is the page that we keep moving along because we do these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to let folks know what's going on as things are moving forward here in Brevard County. And I wanted to mention, by the way, I was talking with our president and founder, Joe Steckler, and he was talking about how much he appreciates, August, what you do, because he said, there are a lot of financial planners, and we've had this conversation many times, that when you're young and in school, they tell you, you need to make a plan for your, education. So what kind of schooling do you want? What kind of job training do you want? Those kind of things. As you get older, they tell you should have some sort of a some kind of a financial plan in your head, a budget. You need to know if you're going to send kids to college or what things that you want to do. But then, as Joe said, he said, there's very few people who do what you do and with the expertise that you have, where you are a retirement planner, and your expertise, you understand all the ramifications of financial planning. But as you've explained before on some of the television shows that we've done on Helping Seniors, there is a difference when you go into retirement. The strategy has to change.
Well, yes. The reality is, when you're working all your careers, what you're normally doing is you're contributing to a 401k or an IRA, 403b, and you're accumulating dollars. And you have time to let the market do its thing up and down.
Mm-hmm.
When you get ready to retire, you're changing that dramatically. The scenario now is, I need to preserve what I've accumulated and create income. All those things are now changed, and you lose a lot of those deductions. When you're working, you have your contributions into your 401k come out pre-tax, and for most people, your medical expenses come out pre-tax for employment, and so you might have some disability premiums that come out pre-tax. Things like they're out there like AFLAC and all those types of things. Those are all deductible items that come off of your gross income before tax.
Mm-hmm.
All those go away when you retire. You don't have those anymore. So the understanding has to be that you have to be very aware of what's going to happen
mm-hmm.
with taxes during your retirement. And I must tell you right now that there is no doubt in our minds in the planning world that our taxes are definitely going to be higher in the future. Why? Because of the stimulus package that was just passed and what's being utilized to keep our economy going. And it's basically working pretty well. But those dollars that are going out there have to be repaid somehow to the government. And how it's going to be repaid, of course, is with taxes in the future. So it's very important. I think the other thing I want to make a comment on very quickly is this. Now more than ever, what I do here at the practice, I preach safety. I preach that, keep your money safe in retirement, have a mix. But more than ever now, the value of safety becomes extremely important. And people have to start realizing that it's not going to change in the future. We're always going to have something going on in the world that's going to cause problems, and we need to protect ourselves.
And that's so important, because I know that I had the privilege of sitting in on your Social Security workshop that you did, one of them that you did in the past month, and it was via Zoom. But I thought it was absolutely fascinating, some of the statistics that you shared about how making the correct decision over a lifetime could make a difference of not a few dollars, not even tens of thousands of dollars, but potentially $150,000 to $250,000, just because you know how to make the right choices at the right time. So I really want to encourage you, viewer, to take a look at these dates that are coming up for August Maximizing Social Security Workshop. And you've got 4 of them, and you're conveniently located just right off of Wickham Road. So it's a very good way to spend an hour, a couple hours, and really understand what the impact of your retirement planning choices actually would be.
Yes. What's interesting is that I have a fairly high percentage now of people coming in saying, I think I want to retire now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're kind of fed up with what's been going on, and it's no one's fault. It's just, I shouldn't say it's no one's fault, but we won't get into that. But, I think I want to retire now. People are just really getting tired of the situation, and they're coming in. And part of the problem that I'm seeing is that people are more and more likely to come in and ask me about taking Social Security early because they want to retire. Mm-hmm. They know it's a little too soon. How can they put their dollars together for cash flow? And I try and let them understand that nothing has changed in the regards to Social Security. If they take it early, they're always going to have less during the rest of their retirement. And they have to think about maybe a different plan of action. Doesn't mean they can't do it,
mm-hmm.
But a different plan of action and what assets to use instead of maybe taking a hit by taking Social Security early. That's an important piece because, again, Social Security benefits are tax advantage dollars. So in the future, that could be meaningful.
No, absolutely. And so if you think about it, you've done these for years. You've taught them at the Florida Institute of Technology. You've taught this at the government center there in Viera, but now it's coming home to your actually very nice offices, I would say.
Well, thank you.
And I think you're going to want to take advantage of this. You've got 4 dates coming up. We're going to put the links and everything right there on the Helping Seniors page. But the first one is June 27th. The next one is June 30th. And then I think you have July 2nd and July 7th. But because of social distancing, you're going to limit the class size. So I think folks need to kind of give a call and get their spot held together pretty much right away. Now, August, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, they can either go to a website, but the easiest way is just to call into the office here, 321-622-5418. And Karen or Suzanne will get them hooked up to the proper date that they would like. And again, it may very well be that we'll have to create some additional dates because of the limited space, and we want to make sure we're doing social distancing. And we'll do that. We'll do that on the fly. We're ready to do. We'll be all set up here. So if we have to add some dates, we will. But I would advise people that if they want to come to the class, pick the date. Maybe they have to be a little flexible if a date fills up. We've got 4 dates, so we'll just take it that way.
Yeah, I can't stress enough how valuable this information is. You need to get this information so that you can make that retirement plan. Like I said, Joe and I were literally talking about this just this past week about the fact that when you get to retirement and you create that plan for the next 20, 30, 40 years of your life, it's a total shift from what you've been doing during your working years. And it was interesting, August, that you were mentioning that you see people coming into the office now that are getting ready to make that shift because of what they perceive as the situation ahead. And this is why having an expert retirement planner is such a strong part of doing this the right way, I would think.
Yeah, Kerry, one other thing, those people that will be listening to this segment here is that many people out there probably will be receiving a registration form to register for the class in the mail. Okay, we're doing these the same way that we did them when we were teaching at the FIT venue and at the government center venue. So we're doing a mailing announcing social distancing classes here at the facility.
So they would be looking for that. Is that done under your AFES banner?
It's going to be going to be the same. It's going to come in and it's going to say maximizing Social Security. It should be on the AFES website as well.
Yeah, and for a viewer, if you don't know, August for years has been a instructor, professor, whatever. I don't know the exact right term, but with the AFES, which is the Adult Financial Education Services, which in itself is a nonprofit that's dedicated to getting this kind of information in people's hands. So you're really getting a 1-2 punch here. You get an expert instructor, but you also get an expert in retirement planning. So I encourage you to get involved in these maximizing Social Security workshops. Like I said, I went through it personally last month when you did it with an online class, and it was really an eye-opening and important experience. So with that in mind, August, any other tips, thoughts, ideas that you have? We always try to wind up the Helping Seniors updates as we're now moving back into this next stage, this new normal, if you will, as we hopefully and prayerfully have all of the COVID stuff moving into the rearview mirror, and we try to get back to moving forward.
The only comment I would make, I guess, is that psychologically, a lot of individuals out there have really toned down their traveling and going out, etc. And you have to still live your life. And what we do, I think, is extremely important. That's why I do it. So I think that the mindset should be, okay, let's get our planning back in focus here and get something done to go forward, because the longer they wait, the more issues they'll probably have to deal with.
Yeah, that's good advice. And also, viewers, we close out today's Helping Seniors Update. Just wanted to give you the update. I was speaking with Joe Steckler, our founder and president, over the weekend. He's been talking to Andrew, who is one of the folks over at the American Muscle Car Museum, and they think they've about got together the new date for the car raffle. So I just want to let you know the car raffle is still moving forward. It does look We're now, if you remember, in phase 2 reopening, we're able to have groups of up to 10, but we're not really permitted to go past that. So they're getting very close to that, but you can always get up to the minute information and get your Helping Seniors car raffle tickets at helpingseniors.carraffle.com. We're going to have a big party there very soon, I'm sure.
Yes, and I'll just throw my 2 cents in. I think it's a great event. It's a lot of fun, and if you have the chance to go, you should go.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks, August. We'll look forward to more good information on Social Security, retirement planning. Thanks for all you do for the community. And thank you, viewer, for joining us for Helping Seniors Updates.
Okay, Kerry. Thank you.